It is 2953 of the Third Age. Erebor has been reclaimed. Sauron has fled from Mirkwood into Mordor to begin his pursuit for the One Ring. And the last meeting of the White Council has tasked Gildor Inglorion with assembling a fellowship to stop Umbarian pirates from assembling ancient artifacts from a Second Age prophecy. Join the players of this Adventures of Middle-earth Dungeons & Dragons campaign as they unravel the mysteries of the prophecy. Welcome to Arda in Part 1 of the Inglorion Bastards trilogy, Search for Tol Arasir.
All of the stuff that's going to happen tonight is plausible, and if you really think about it, could happen. If you need an explanation at the end, I'm glad to give it to you. And the other thing I'll say is that you've hit level 6 now, and things are going to start getting a little more dire. The enemies are going to start hitting harder. Some of your fights haven't been very hard. The last one was pretty decent, I think. Harder. And even though you didn't fight like I thought you were going to fight, you still managed to beat like a big bad. Okay, so are we ready to go?
Yep. Wait, I need advice. Should I put, I have one more expertise thing to put. Should I do sleight of hand, persuasion, or performance?
Do you have acrobatics yet?
Yeah, I put my first one in acrobatics.
Okay.
So I gotta do either sleight of hand,
do sleight of hand,
or performance.
Yeah, do sleight of hand.
Sleight of hand. I haven't really used it yet. What is that for? Like pickpocketing?
Yeah, it might come in handy later.
Okay.
You're the sneakiest, so.
I guess.
All right. So
wow.
Go.
So you guys roll up to Isengard, and again, this person is standing there. You have. I don't think any of you have met him, but you've heard of him. So if you want to move your tokens up to Saruman, and you could address him if you want. He's kind of standing out. Again, this is not to scale, obviously, at all. And I was saying how the wall of Isengard is the diameter is a mile across.
Like this.
Can't move my guy.
And actually, the river kind of runs through this too. The River Isen runs through it. So he's kind of standing out like that scene when Gandalf first comes to Isengard. He's kind of standing on the stairs there. Would anyone like to greet him, or
does anybody know him?
How do I get rid of
I don't trust him.
I wonder why.
I get to go to. Select him.
MJ, the other thing I'll tell you is that timeline-wise, and you can see this in the handouts if you sort of want to look. If you look in the journal at the bottom under handouts, and if you go under miscellaneous, there is it says TA 2953. That stands for Third Age 2953. That's the year that this takes place, and you can see a list of bullet points, sort of where all of the characters that you know from the movies and the books, where they are.
Ah, okay, pretty cool.
All right, so Saruman is standing there with his staff out. The gate to Isengard was open. There are big chains on the path that sort of mark the trail and keep the forest out. And the River Isen passes on your right.
I don't know if Riken would say anything to him. Do you think he would?
I think Angelon would be the best, or Faradir, but
we'll just
kind of clumsy with words.
Right. You guys are a little shy today, so we'll say Saruman addresses you, and he says, I've been expecting you. My guess is that you've come from Lorien, that the elves has sent you here on your quest back to Breland and later to the Grey Havens. What can Saruman the White do for you?
I'm pretty banged up.
Yeah, we're seeking refuge.
He says, well, welcome to Orthanc. Please come in and you may take a rest here. If you sleep the night, then we'll talk it first thing in the morning.
Sweet.
All right, sound good?
Bro.
Thanks, bro.
Give him a high five as you walk by. Hey, how come we can't see everything?
So this is a very simplified version of what you remember from the fight with Gandalf and Saruman. This is inside of Orthanc. We'll say it's the next day. Going to kind of speed this on a little bit. This is day 82. You arrived in Isengard on day 85, January 5th. It is now day 82, January the 6th. And Saruman greets you and says, There's much going on here. He said, "Did you see the scene from Mordor the other day?"
Did we?
Explosion. Yeah,
Oh, yeah, the Mount Doom, right?
Mount Doom.
He says the eye of the enemy has awoken, and Mount Doom is ablaze. He says this does not bode well for each of your peoples. He says what you carry with you is a part of a greater plan. He says, what is it that you seek here at Orthanc?
Information about Taradon's wager.
He says, Taradon's wager. He said, and you see him thinking for a little while, and he says, when we set you on this quest, and remember, he's a part of the White Council. The White Council, when they last met in 2953. And so the White Council is made up of Elrond. Do you remember in The Hobbit when the group Galadriel, Gandalf, Saruman, Elrond, they all met in Rivendell and they sort of discussed Dumbledore and the necromancer who came back. So the White Council met several times through the ages, and the last time the White Council met was in 2953. The Blue Wizard was actually a part of that, the one that you met named Altar. He says, when we set you on this task, this mission, he said, none of us knew that Taradon had come into this. He says, what information do you have about Taradon, and why do you think he's connected to the plight of the Umbarians and of Sauron?
Well, we stumbled upon his tomb and found this inscription called Taradon's Wager, and we have 3 of the 4 artifacts that he mentions, and one of them is the orb that the Umbarian stole.
And I'm going to pull this up just so everybody can look at it again. It's under the lore cards, under Taradon's Wager. And MJ, you can look at this.
Yep.
Love you.
Should be up on your screen now.
Yep.
And so each of these, they have a metal plate that has like scrawl on it, like notes. I mean, it's a diamond, and each one of the points represents an item. They think, and so they think they have that which burns inside of us all. Who's carrying that?
Me. Be Durinstone.
And do you want to explain to him sort of my take on Durinstone and what that is?
So, basically like the, what was the stone called at Lonely Mountain again?
The Arkenstone?
Arkenstone. So it's kind of like the Arkenstone, but it was found in a tomb of, where Durin had, completed Durin's march, and we found it there. So they're saying that his take on it is that like we're all born of the mountains and we all leave behind something like Durinstone or the Arkenstone.
The original dwarves awoke in the mountains, and where they awoke, I say they left behind part of the actual essence of creation, that which the greater god Iluvatar put inside the heart of all. It's like the life force, the fire.
And we got it?
Yes. You have Durin's stone. And then that which has escaped the void, who has that?
Did anyone have it?
No, I have that.
Oh, that was you.
That's the meteorite sword.
There's a sword that was made in the first age by Ael, the elf that's black and illuminates as if it was on fire. It's called Inglorion. It means fire of the what does it mean? The fiery star. Sorry. Mm-hmm. And its sister sword is famous. It's the one that killed Glauron the dragon in the first age. There's only 2 swords made of that material, but it actually came from the void. So that which can see along the straight road, Anglin has that, and that is the Elostyrian stone. Do you remember in Orthanc where they have the seeing stone?
There's one on the table right there.
Yeah, exactly. Do you know what I'm talking about, MJ? The seeing stone?
Yep.
Uh-oh. Did we lose him?
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, now I gotcha. So do you know the Palantir, the Palantiri?
Yep.
There were 7 of them originally, and the 7th one, the one closest to the coast, didn't communicate with the rest of them. It looked west across the straight road into where the gods are.
Oh, no kidding. I didn't know that.
And and so that which has the greatest gift is the one that they can't figure out.
Oh, okay.
All right, so Saruman says it does make sense that the Umbarians would be trying to collect some of these. He says, what information do you need from me? And he said, and then he pauses and he says, it is fitting that you are here at Orthanc. He says, it is little known that Orthanc was designed by Taradon in the Second Age. And if you want to look at your lore cards, one of you has Orthanc or Isengard, and if you'd like to share something about Isengard right now, that's probably a few of you. It's a it's a Dunedain structure, so maybe Marco, yeah.
Yeah, so Orthanc was a black impenetrable tower built by the Dunedain in the great years of the War of the Ring. In recent years, Saruman took up it as his place, his hangout spot. It was about a couple hundred years ago, I think. But before that, it was held in upkeep by the men of Gondor. Yep, and it was made in the Second Age, so over 3,000 years ago, so it's pretty old.
Okay, and so he just dropped the bomb. He just said that Taradon was the designer of this thing.
Oh, cool.
And that...
of what? The sword? Say that again?
No, of
Are you sleeping again, Max?
of Orthanc, of the tower in Isengard, Orthanc.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Yeah.
So Isengard is the area. It's named after the River Isen.
Mm-hmm.
Orthanc is the tower.
Yep.
Oh.
That's right.
And he says the catacombs underneath here were also designed later by Taradon, and I've only just begun to go down there. It is heavily trap-laden, and it was clearly constructed with a purpose, but up until this point, I wasn't sure what that purpose was. He says, so you've come to Orthanc here in Isengard because why? Other than the rest. Is it the catacombs that you seek?
Sure, that seems plausible.
Well, now that we're here.
Are they cool?
So let me share with you. I'm going to remind you about the item that you have. Is it is this story that complicated that you guys? Is it really that hard to follow?
No, I don't think so.
So this is the last thing that you got. You read Inglorion. Do you see that, MJ?
Yep.
Okay. Celebrimbor, by the way, was the man who designed the Rings of Power.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The elf.
And apparently Taradon studied the writings of Celebrimbor and learned a great deal about constructing magical items.
So the key that he's referring to is the key that's on the south or the bottom part of the wager, right?
Does anyone remember the key? Let me show it to you.
Yeah, okay, that's right. The ring. Got you.
You picked this up in Lorien as well. Galadriel gave it to Anglin.
Yeah.
So what are you seeking? So what are you seeking here in Orthanc? That's what he asked you.
We're seeking passage to the catacombs.
For what item?
What is the land speed velocity?
Oh, the shield. The shield.
The shield. Taradon's shield.
Wow. Max, how did you remember that?
That was the split second I was awake for.
Alright, Max, I'll stop teasing you. Thank you.
Shield. And then I went back to sleep.
Yeah, they're very into this campaign, you can tell.
No, I swear we are.
Alright, so you have his signet ring. You have 3 of the items. You're seeking the shield, and you're trying to figure out what this 4th item is. What you're going to do with those, maybe Saruman can help you out with that. But you're basically seeking the catacombs now.
So the shield's probably the 4th item.
Yeah,
maybe. Let's see.
Saruman says, "I'll give you access to the catacombs if you share with me that what you learn in the catacombs." He says, "I'm a seeker of knowledge, and I seek to protect Isengard. I must know what is buried beneath it." He says, "But beware! I caution you that your eyes will deceive you in the catacombs. You must second guess your every thought and be careful of your every step."
Will you be coming with us?
He says, "No, this chair is all way too comfy."
It's like a big fucking rock.
All right, can I take you guys down to the catacombs?
Yeah, let's do it.
So what you see is some what Faraday would describe as. So you actually identify sort of the design in the floor, and Faraday would know that this is a Dunedain sort of Second Age art.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to let everybody know that these are stairs.
Yeah, Vix rolls. And the neighboring room, so to your left, you see what looks like a sarcophagus, and there's a figure on top of the sarcophagus holding a sword.
A stone figure, right?
Well, yeah, it's like that scene in The Return of the King where she's praying, she's like crying next to, she's having the vision of what happens when Aragorn dies. It's that kind of coffin. There's a figure on top of it.
Okay. Let's go check it out.
There might be something inside.
Yeah, I'll check for traps while we're moving along. You want me to make another roll?
Well, hold on. All right. So, like, you just have to show them, like, every step is going to kind of count when there are traps. So we can't just move willy nilly. But if you guys want to all sort of get around the entrance of the door, and we'll just do turn order. There are no enemies down here unless you count yourselves. So go ahead and do initiative rolls. I'll do Anglin.
Oh, I'm rolling like a pro.
Alright, so Tessero, you're going first. And I'm guessing I'm going to put you guys all sort of near the entrance. And Max, you go first. So on the floor you see sort of more second age Numenorian artwork, Faradir would tell you. It looks like no one has been down here in a very, very, very long time.
Okay. Can I like check for traps and stuff?
Sure.
Nice.
You probably have some abilities related to that, right?
Abilities?
Mm-hmm.
I have some treasure hunting stuff.
Okay, well, we'll see.
Yeah, whenever you were told of a location.
Hey, Josh.
Oh,
Hey.
Actually, if the shield counts as treasure, then whenever you're told of a location or chance across a location of a treasure, you may ask the lore master for 3 pieces of info regarding the locale, usually treasure and obstacles.
Low-calorie treasure?
Of whatever treasure we're looking for.
Yeah, let me give you 1 piece now, and you can, and I'll sort of dole it out as you go through this place, maybe.
Okay, cool.
Is Josh still here?
Also do a perception.
I'm here.
Okay, so Josh can take up Riken. You guys just got the Isengard and just came down into the catacombs. You found out the catacombs and Orthanc, the tower in Isengard, were designed by Taradon.
Okay.
In the Second Age, just about 25 years after Taradon was born. So he wasn't very old. Like I said, Taradon was kind of this mystic, like alchemist, like architect, kind of like this sage kind of character. And you just found out he was also a great designer. Okay, so you've just come down the stairs. We've done turn orders. I've shared the fact that there's no enemies down here, but you've been warned to basically doubt your every thought and watch your every step down here. The piece of information for Tessero that I would give him is that we'll say. Maybe you know from your time living in the north with the Dunedain that the oak leaf represented balance in nature to the Dunedain.
Okay. Alright, well, yeah. I also did a perception check, by the way.
Let me take a look.
To check for traps.
Okay, so you notice that the floor where the oak leaves are, you notice there are creases sort of right on the outside and on the inside where the white part is, and you feel like that area moves somehow. You don't know how.
Okay. Tessero's gonna make. He's gonna take out one of his trusty dwarf-made pots that he uses to cook that he has, and he's going to throw one of them onto this oak leaf here.
Okay. Nothing really appears to happen.
Okay, he's gonna walk.
You figure the pot is probably less, maybe a pound, maybe.
He's gonna walk over and pick up his pot.
Okay. Need you to make a dexterity save.
Oh man, did Tessero drop his pot?
No, he thought he was being smart, so he threw it onto the thing.
Well, that's wasteful.
And,
a pot.
and then he went to go get it because he was like, well, I guess it's safe.
He should have done a roll. The Tessero loves his rolls.
Yeah.
All right. So you guys see the whole area, the whole white area. It looks like a donut from where we're looking at it. The part that Tesseros is standing on, literally just the whole floor tilts towards Tessero, and he starts sliding, and you manage to catch your pot sort of falls, but you manage to catch the stone cobbles as you're being dumped down, and you see below you a bunch of spikes.
Oh. Close one.
And the wall starts coming back up, and you think, if this thing is going to smash me. So go ahead and make another dex save.
Oh boy. Couldn't I do acrobatics?
Yeah, actually do an acrobatics. Yep.
Cool. That is the worst I could have gotten.
Yikes. All right, so you guys, I'm just going to roll this publicly so you can all see it. All right, 2 ones. So the wall gets stuck on your jams your foot, and you hear some crunching in your toes, but you're stuck, and you're holding on, but the floor is also tilted and kind of stuck there, wedged onto you.
So do I get dealt 2 damage?
Yeah, 2 damage.
Okay.
Are you guys picturing this in your head?
Yes.
Wait, what part is crushing?
The floor, you stepped on the floor went like this. You started falling but grabbed the wall, and when the floor came back up, it's stuck on your foot now. You're wedged. The floor is trying to get back up into the neutral position, but your body is preventing it because you're just hanging.
Okay, so I'm here then.
No, you're on the outside.
Outside.
You're right here.
Okay.
Because your weight actually weighed it down, so you didn't slide in. You slid out.
Oh, okay, cool.
Hey, Jared, I can't see us.
All right. Let me see here. How about now?
Oh yeah, there we go. Sweet. Hey, can one of us? Never mind.
Josh, did I introduce you to my buddy MJ? He's here tonight. He's going to play an NPC.
Hey, MJ. What's up?
What's going on?
So can Grimald reach Tessero to grab him, pull him out?
It's Faradir's turn.
Okay.
So Jared, it's the white ring that's moving?
Yeah, the donut thing with the oak leaves in the center. That sort of pivots. It looks like, depending on if you're on this side, the whole thing shifts this way. If you're on this side, the whole thing shifts this way. It works kind of like whoever the weight is, it kind of rotates.
Yeah. So Faradir's got to put a foot down on it real quick to get Tessero's feet out, maybe.
Yeah, you guys can definitely. So Faradir, if you want to push something against it to wedge him out, you can.
Okay.
It sort of depends on how tired you are of him doing barrel rolls. If you left it there, you can't do a barrel roll for a while.
Just be
I kind of like it myself.
You were it's stuck now? That's great. I'm just going to walk to the other side and walk across it. Yeah. Okay, so I'll just say you managed to you figure it out. You managed to pull him out.
Okay. And then.
But that's your turn, Faradir.
Okay.
So Faradir, Grimald, you're up.
Is there something in the center here?
That's the sarcophagus with the gentleman.
Oh, right.
And he's clutching a sword on his chest.
All right.
Okay, let's see.
Swords are good.
Across.
Can I ask if anybody wants to be thrown across?
Tessero raises his hand.
I mean, it's definitely Tessero, right?
Yeah, sure.
Burren, can you throw Tessero on your turn?
Oh yeah.
It's 10 feet across.
Oh,
That's
somebody can throw
totally
Tessero 10 feet.
He weighs
Sure.
he weighs 30 pounds.
I'm pretty sure I could throw my son 10 foot. So that's.
So
Yeah, this is doable.
Tessero lets Grimald.
Tessero weighs 45 pounds.
I'll grab him and throw him.
Imagine picking up a 45-pound weight at the gym and trying to throw it 10 feet.
I can definitely.
Totally doable.
Yeah, it's not terrible.
It's hard, but yeah, it's
5 pound weight,
doable.
20 feet.
Yeah.
Especially Grimald here.
Grimald actually might stand a chance. I'll give you. Just tell me who you want to do it, and I'll give you the difficulty.
Okay, well, I'll grab Tessero, and if he's willing, I'll throw him over.
All right, how's he
But
going
we
to
should tie a rope to him, maybe.
How's he gonna get back? We'll try to jump
Yeah, rope.
himself.
Anybody got a rope?
Oh, actually, I do have rope.
like a bridge, you know.
Yeah. So long jumping, when you make a long jump, you cover a number of feet up to your strength score if you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump.
Number of feet with your strength score, so I could clear 16 feet if I jump across.
So you could make it across.
If I jump, I'd rather throw this guy. I don't know what's past this. Could be deadly. Oh, it depends.
Did you say equal to your strength score?
Yeah.
For long jumps, not high jumps.
Okay, cool.
Okay, well, but is my Boombalati shape gonna slow me down?
Does dexterity not play into that at all?
No.
It will on landing.
I guess, yeah.
I mean, there are rules for like difficult terrain and things like that, but
I'll tell you what, I'll run a
Totally
couple
doable.
jump.
Oh, throw him.
Tessero's disappointed.
Is Tessero, if you let me, because I haven't heard, am I allowed to? Because if I can do it, I will.
Oh, nice.
So, what do I got to roll to throw him?
so athletics, and we'll do difficulty 14.
Okay. Does Grimald have any rope on him? Or anybody?
Tessero has rope.
That's bailed you out before.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll try a nice little loop around you. Give it to somebody, not me, because I'm throwing you.
Nice.
Though this marks the end of the episode, the road goes ever on. Until next time, join us at longwinded.one and consider giving us a review on Apple Music, Spotify, or really whichever platform you choose.